Hello everyone, it's Tuesday, June 20th. Summer's going to be starting in a few hours, and with time to spare, we're going to finally wrap up our grand tour of the backyard garden, and this is going to be the final part of that tour. We're going to be looking at the plants that are growing in the patio area. So if you have a few moments, join me as we finish out our tour. So we'll start here and look at our stream that was created to grow wasabi. And if you are a channel regular, then you probably have seen one or two episodes of the wasabi growing project. And these are some of our wasabi plants that are in here. Up above, we have a planter box made from fence board, and we have some holy basil. This is Rama Tulsi that's growing in here. We have some more basil. I believe this is the red Krishna basil, and a large leaf Italian basil. Something's been coming and snacking on our basil plants. I think it's a cutworm with a mulch, with the garden soil that contains mulch. It's hard to detect the cutworm. Maybe we'll come out at night and see if we can find him. Next to our planter, we have this pot. In the earlier videos of this garden tour, you may have noticed that we had freesia in here, and now it's just a bunch of salad greens, and it's growing here ornamentally. And coming around this way, we have a citronella plant, and in my experience, it doesn't really repel mosquito, as I've seen some mosquitoes land on this plant. This, I think it's a peace lily. The common name is peace lily, if I remember correctly. This might be the scientific name, Anthurium. This was a gift to us for the birth of our second child, our youngest, and it's been planted here. Next to it is Camellia sinensis, also known as a green tea plant. It's kind of thinned out a little bit, and I think it's because it doesn't like the morning sun that hits it. So hopefully it can make it through the summer and into fall, and hopefully in the fall it will perk right back up. There are some seed pods on the plant. And over here are this is a dahlia. These are extra tubers from the garden that was planted over here, and then this is hydrangea. And that thing poking through is ginger. And these are clivia plants. And we also had various amaryllis plants that they've been cut back. They were pretty much along here. Okay, swinging over here, we have a bromeliad, and this is flowering for us. So perfect timing, because the last time it flowered was probably 4 years or over 4 years ago. And I've read that commercially what they do is they can force the plant to flower by exposing it to certain types of gases. So we don't have that kind of expertise or ability. We have time, and eventually it will make a flower for us. Right above is an air plant, and this is something that's new. An air plant, something I've wanted to grow for the longest time. And this hanging orb thing, we've been hoarding it in the garage for the longest time, and why not put it to use? So we have an air plant in here. So here's that in relation to our space. This area we use for entertaining every now and then. So that's why we have a sign here, the rabbit hole bar, painted by yours truly. So when we use this space for entertaining, we take out the baby gate. Our rabbit goes into that large cage that we set onto the lawn. He can enjoy some lawn time, but for the most part, he's got this entire space to himself. He shares it with a couple of tortoises, and they're starting to call it a day now. They hang out down here. These are redfoot tortoise, and they are omnivores. They snack on weeds and grubs and any other stuff that we find in the garden. And between the tortoises and the rabbit, we don't have too many weeds in the garden. Sometimes I actually try to sow seeds for weeds. If I see a dandelion, I'll pick it and spread it around so that these guys have stuff to snack on. And before we end the tour, we have some of our chestnut red garlic that's curing on this bow rake that was here when we moved. It's since been hung onto the wall, and we cure our garlic. So we got some pretty good sized bulbs back after all. We have at least 3 that are worthy of replanting, so should be getting a lot of garlic next year when we replant these. Yeah, that's our garlic and our space down here. So thanks so much for coming on this tour and finishing out the last part, I believe part 5. And we're looking forward to summer now, so hopefully you will come back and join us for a quick summer walkthrough of the backyard garden. Until then, happy gardening, and see you in the next video.